Welcome back, everybody, to the most inconsistent podcast to exist. Welcome to the Sister Act. I want to start off by saying congratulations to our very own Alex Ayala.
Oh, I thought you were gonna congratulate me. I was like, what did I do, Bea?
No, not you. Okay.
Yes,
Alex
yes.
Ayala reached her first WTA finals.
That's
And
crazy.
okay, I want to put this in perspective just for like maybe the people that don't really care about tennis. But if you watch her speech, she says it's historic. Well, absolutely. It's
It
historic
is.
because there has been no Filipina. Like, when I tell you, literally nobody up until her has achieved what she has achieved.
Yep.
No
She's
one.
amazing.
Yes,
She's
no
amazing.
one. And honestly, we have had success in the doubles. I think our men's, I think Nino Alcantara and Tret Huey. I'm not sure if Nino has made it to the singles of like the main draw because my mom brain isn't working right now, but I do know that Tret Huey has made it to like the finals of Wimbledon doubles. I want to like I'm gonna check.
Yeah.
But for the main draw, like singles, wow, nobody has done this. And as a former tennis player, I cannot explain. The world is literally so massive, and she is in the top 100.
Yeah.
And it makes me emotional every time because when I was playing tennis and I was seeing like the greats like Serena, Venus, there were no Filipinas on tour.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
right.
of course, we have to mention Diane Castillejo, who did reach a ranking in the WTA. I don't want to come up with like a random number because I'm not sure, but Alex is in the main stage, the world stage, front and center. These aren't like random accounts covering her. This is the WTA account posting about her.
That's right.
It gives me goosebumps.
She's
I
amazing.
I pray for her all the time. I'm so privileged that I got to interview her before all
Yeah.
of this happened. But the last time we spoke, she was talking about how they didn't reach their goal that the previous year. Their goal was to be able to play in every Grand Slam, and they did that, but
Yeah.
she was only in the qualifying rounds.
Yeah.
And now she's in the main draw. She's gonna play center court at Wimbledon. Okay?
Yeah. Next week.
This is
Next week.
every tennis child's dream.
Yeah.
Dream.
I
I mean,
bought her book cover because I was like, this girl is gonna hit it big.
she already is, but it's gonna get even bigger. It's
Yeah.
gonna
But that
get,
was 3 years ago.
yeah, incredible.
Incredible.
Congratulations, Alex. We are so proud, and it is a privilege to watch her on the world stage and see
Yes.
how
What a
she's
time.
what a time how she's elevating the women's sports, especially tennis in the Philippines, the game of tennis, and just knowing that it is possible. Yeah, I just wanted to say that, like, because we always want to discuss like pop, not this is not pop culture, this is obviously sports, but moments that are going on that we talk about, and then we get distracted because we have a specific topic. But this is a huge deal, the hugest
Win.
deal in all of like tennis in the Philippines ever to exist. I hope I made myself clear.
Yes.
God bless in the upcoming. I hope to watch her. I got to see her hit like practice obviously during our event, but I hope to watch her live during a Grand Slam. But anyway, welcome back. We apologize for the short absence lang
Our
naman.
shortcomings
Yeah, our
as a
shortcomings.
two-woman team plus Nico.
Alam mo, alam mo, minsan iniisip ko kasi, I mean, there's a lot of amazing podcasts coming
Yeah.
from the Philippines, right? And there are amazing teams behind those amazing podcasts.
Yes.
And
Why don't we have a team, Bea?
and sometimes I'm like, ano ba to? Like yung The Sister Act, parang very self-produced, parang very
Very
DIY.
rugged. DIY. What
Very,
about quality?
yeah, very DIY. It's giving
Project,
project.
high school
I don't
project.
know, but I just want to say, like, all of our content is self-produced, most of it. I mean,
It's
even in,
true.
like, even me at work, unless it is a very, like, stressful, sobrang daming tao sa event, and I can't
Yeah.
shoot it myself, that's when I hire somebody to shoot me. But
Yeah.
literally everything, most of, I want to say 90%,
No, 95.
95, like, 97% mo na, okay?
Sige,
We're great.
97%.
We're great at math over here at the
Ako,
sister app.
99. Oo.
You know what's crazy? Nika posted content for a brand, and I was so impressed with the edit. And I was like, oh,
Wala.
I love the edit. And she was like, oh yeah, pina-edit ko yun. I was like, I knew it.
Inaayos ko yun.
I was like,
This
oh my
is the
gosh.
first time I ever did it.
I know. I was like, I
And
knew
ang
it wasn't
galing niya.
yours. I knew it wasn't yours. I was
Yes.
like, I knew this wasn't masyadong advanced para kay Nika.
Oo,
But
masyadong magaling.
hindi ko in-assume. Sabi ko, oh,
Yes.
super galing ng edit mo. Gumanon ako, di ba?
Thank you. Thank you.
So I didn't say like, sino nag-edit niyan? I said, oh, galing ng edit mo. What did you do? So, yeah, back to the podcast. I was like, oh, ano ba yan? Like, should we even be admitting out loud na tayo-tayo lang to? But you know what?
I think they know
Yes.
me. I think they're aware.
I think they can tell.
Yeah, I think they can tell the budget. Guys,
Oy,
we're
nag-invest tayo. Hoy, nag-invest tayo sa photos ha.
Oh,
Photo
yes.
shoot natin.
oh,
Nag-invest
yes.
tayo doon.
Guys, don't worry. We're going to we're gonna elevate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just you wait,
We're-
guys.
We're gonna work on our social media. We're getting there, you know. But be patient with us. Be patient with us. Hang in there.
We are inching.
This is so bad. This is so bad.
We are inching closer to our
Yes.
first year anniversary
That's
of
right.
the podcast. And if you have been here since day one,
Thank you so
thank
much.
you. But if you have fallen through the
For wrecking
cracks,
it out.
if you've fallen through the cracks through
We
this journey, we
understand.
understand. It's fine. We
We
won't take it
understand.
against you. Bahala ka sa buhay mo. Okay. I'm about to get my period, so
Oh, girl, I have my period.
good for you.
I
Because
have it.
I
It's
might
day 3.
good for you. I might
Yeah.
cry or I might snap in this episode. I'm not sure. It's just either
Whoa.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Nika,
Yes.
you were saying may topic na gustong i-discuss.
We
si
have a
Nika.
topic kasi,
No,
yes.
meron yan, meron.
We really do. And I found it so interesting because I have a friend that's kind of like going through a breakup right now. And we've also what
Bakit kinda like?
do you mean?
Kinda
Oh, she's
like going. Parang hindi siya
she's-
kinda like.
She's super going through a breakup
Yeah.
then. Okay, she's super going through a breakup. And I've also had like a number of friends go through breakups in like the last like year.
Okay.
And I guess I started thinking about like, you know, when they're kind of venting to you, when they're talking or they're crying, you're like, what can I say? What can I say that is going to help this person? Or I started thinking about the things that were said to me that were helpful and that weren't helpful. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to bring it up. Kasi ang daming nangyayari ngayon. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you just
sorry.
totally spaced out on me, Bea.
I didn't space.
Where did she go?
I didn't
Bea,
space out.
You did.
I was waiting for you to finish your thought process. And then I was going to go in with mine. My brain is always working, Nika. I'm like
That is so
a
rude.
machine.
No.
I was thinking.
You already admitted that you can't multitask.
No, I was thinking. I was talking. Okay, you know what? You want to know what I was thinking about?
Yes.
As you brought up breakups and you know, like people going through heartbreak. I realized that as you progress in years of marriage, it becomes I don't want to say like a distant memory, but it becomes something that you forget. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Because like
yeah.
that is so far from what you are currently
Are
going
going
through.
through,
I
yeah.
mean, like for me, the theme is like children, parenthood.
Yes. Uh-uh.
I mean, I'm sure adultery is like a thing as well. No, I mean like in that
Ah,
sphere.
yes.
Gets
Yes.
mo ba? Like
Yes.
in
Mm-mm.
marriage, right? Not when what
Mm-mm.
I'm going through, but heartbreak or like bagong
It's a
break.
different type of
It's a
heartbreak
different kind
naman.
of
Yeah.
heartbreak. And
Yeah.
so I do remember like I did have a call with my friend, a friend recently, I would say, who was going through like heartbreak with a through she was going through heartbreak that concerned a situationship. And I really
Oh,
had to pause and like, not that I forgot, right? But I really had to be like, okay, like what, like as you were saying, what is it that helped me and what should
yes.
I say and what's sensitive to be said at this time, what's useful, what's helpful,
Yeah.
diba?
And also, a lot of our questions and our Q&As are
Yes.
how do you get through a breakup? And I
Yeah.
don't think we like ever like went into the topic because there's so
No,
much
like in the heartbreak episode last February, we talked about like
our
our relationships and
our
like yeah,
relationships.
but not really
Yeah.
like not the ugliness of post breakup,
Yeah.
because it is an ugly place to be at.
Yeah,
Bagong
it
break.
is.
Oh my gosh. So
People do crazy things post breakup.
yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
girl. Oh my gosh. I have you
Yeah.
ever had like gosh. Have you ever had a moment in the car where you're like rage mode because you're so mad from like the argument or the breakup that you just like experienced, or is that just me?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely me and my toxic relationships of the past. But like I would have such bad fights like from like those
Yeah.
breakups, and it would just be like I would literally be screaming my head off
Yeah.
from the anger.
Maybe
So,
they have that of me.
oh, baka sila yung sumisigaw dahil sa'yo. No, no,
Sila
like,
yung nag-rage dahil
no.
sa akin.
Nag-rage ako because like they were, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold back. Nag-rage ako because some of the things that were said were just like
Yes.
bat-ish crazy. I'm crazy. I'm like, what are you talking
Yes.
about? Anyway,
Okay. But the
so,
topic is not about us. The
no.
topic
Let's get into
is
the nitty-gritty.
what is helpful to hear and what isn't helpful to hear and what's helpful to do and not.
Okay, you start. What was not helpful through the many breakups that you've been through? Through the many
Okay,
breakups I have seen you through, Dominique.
what was not helpful? I think fresh off a breakup, what's not helpful is yung when you say like, oh, just forget about it na. Alam mo yun?
Okay na yan? Oo.
Okay lang yan. It's like, you know it kasi, but it's not something you should hear right now. And so my friend kasi like was like talking about like, you know, everything that she was like feeling and she was like crying. And I was really telling myself, don't tell her this is okay. It's good. It's good that it's over na. Or parang
Yeah,
just
thank
forget
God it's
about
over.
it na.
Especially,
Thank God.
especially if you're the friend that's been waiting for it to end.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Kundi ka boto.
Yeah. Like parang you still have to sympathize with them. Like, no, you had feelings for this person. You love this person. And it's okay to be down. And then just leave it at that. And kind of what I told her was, okay, you can be down, cry, but give yourself like a limit. How long am I going to how long
Sulk.
am I going to sulk? You know what I mean? Because you can't just sulk forever. You gotta get up eventually. You finish sulking at one point. You know what I mean? What about
Yes.
you?
There's no time limit to sulking, but there should be some sort of boundary that you set, because
Yes, for yourself lang.
for yourself and also for the people around you, because
Yes.
let's be honest, people are busy, right? Like we're all
Yes.
busy, and taking the time to comfort a friend going through a breakup
It's a
takes
lot.
takes a lot of time and effort as well, because you again, we mentioned sulking. I've done it. I've literally interrupted a friend's day, and they'll be like, come over, shout
Yeah.
out to Tin Gamboa, come over right now, where are you, doesn't matter, they'll drop your
Yeah.
day, and you just kind of like be together. Erica and Bea, they're just, whenever I needed them, they just show up. But that is, you must understand that yes, friends should be there for you. Absolutely. Your friends should drop everything if you're going through a breakup. They can't always
Yeah.
do that for you.
Yeah.
It's,
Like breakups are also hard on your friends
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they have
yeah.
to see you that way.
Yes, exactly. And there's really a drop where it's really like lowest point. That's when you need your friends so bad,
Yeah.
right? Where it's either they'll pick you up, they'll go to you, or you'll go to
Yeah.
them. For me, that's super necessary.
Yeah.
But again, no one is going to hold your hand through this every single day. That's what sucks
Yes.
about a breakup. It's so helpful to have a sister like you were in my house like during like the season, all seasons. But again, it comes a point where it needs to come from you. Like getting
Yeah.
up in the morning. Okay, I'm gonna make a decision to just
Yes.
put one foot in front of the other. I think that's how I am with you, right? Like I'll distinguish. Okay, is it like the lowest point? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I need to be there for her.
Yes.
And then it's like, okay, now it needs to be tough love. For me, I've needed that tough love from you,
Yeah.
from Isa, from my friends, na parang tama na, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Parang and yun nga,
If you're a good friend,
if you're
you
a good
have
friend,
to say it.
yun na nga. So parang you give them their time, and then when you kind of feel like, okay, like I've seen you kind of night and day, and
Yeah.
you're just kind of sulking, it's
I've
going,
said
it's
whatever
going.
I needed
Yeah.
to say. I've been patient now with
I've been
you,
gentle.
but it's time to stop.
Yes, but you
Yeah.
don't immediately, to your point, hindi mo sinasabi yan from the get-go.
I feel like kasi like, when you're going through a breakup, a lot of people like dismiss it where it's like, okay lang yan, masyado kang maganda para sa kanya. It's like, it's not helpful to hear those things actually.
Or
Because
never ka naman naging priority eh. So, bakit mo siya ipa-prioritize?
Oo. Or bakit ka sad? Why are you sad? You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't even like a good relationship. It's like, girl, like I was still in the relationship. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I think those things are like not helpful at all talaga. Like fresh out of a breakup. Maybe when they've moved on na, when they've come to their own realizations where they're like, you know what? Maybe it wasn't all that. And then that's when you can talk about it. I think it's just like the timing of it all.
Yeah.
Especially when they're in the depths of despair.
Depths of
You know what I
despair talaga. I think for me, going through breakups, it really didn't help to be alone. So it's like, even if it's hard to basically get dressed, you still
so
have,
hard.
yeah, if you're gonna be sad around people, and be sad around people that you're comfortable with, that can see you in that state.
Yeah, that you don't need to apologize for.
Yes,
Parang, this
yes.
is what you're getting today, and I might not all be here, but at least
Oh, no,
I'll
no,
be
no.
around people.
Yes, alam
Yeah.
nilang you're somewhere else, but
Yeah.
they're just gonna, go about their business, pero nandyan ka lang.
Yeah.
So I think that's really, really helpful.
Yeah. I have a question.
Go.
What are your thoughts about like deleting photos? Like
think-
how long can you hold on? You know what I mean? Kasi there's no rule to that, diba? And now we live in in an age where
in a
we have
digital footprint.
a digital age, exactly, where we have photos and videos and let's say for others posts, diba?
It really sucks when when you see your ex delete the photos first.
Diba?
Yung na naunahan ka.
Oh, your pride eh.
Yeah, but I wasn't I was never the first. No, I take that back. In my relationship prior to my marriage, or like the last serious
Yeah.
relationship before my marriage,
Yeah.
I was not the first to delete photos. It was just like a very dramatic cut off,
Yeah.
I guess, from my ex.
Yeah.
Given the drama that was involved. And
Yeah.
in return, when I saw it, like immediately within seconds, I was like, okay, that's what we're doing. Okay, go. So
Yeah.
I am all for it because I
Like
mean
right away.
may
Like do
archive
it now.
naman eh. You can just archive naman. It's fine. You don't
No, but
if
what
you're
about
not
your
right.
photos?
What do you
Like on
mean?
your phone. On your phone.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I didn't delete right away. I want to say
But how
because
long?
I for I you can't
Kasi,
no for me kasi parang it's so hard to like you can't be like oh 5 months 6 months it's so hard like I'm a sentimental kind of person
yes, me too.
and there's like so much there so parang I think what I did is I would put it in a folder tucked away.
Yeah.
I would put it in I would get rid of it on my phone currently, but
Yeah.
it would be in like a hard drive somewhere just
Yeah.
because I don't know, there might be an important photo that doesn't involve my ex that I might accidentally delete. I don't know, it's like such a long period of time.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
I deleted on my phone, yeah, for sure.
I deleted, but it took me a while the first time. Like my
Yeah.
first adult, it really took me a while to like let go of that. Not because like I was looking back. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It was just more of like that's such a big period of your life,
Dude,
diba? That you're
it's
just
so weird. Like
it's
going
so weird, diba?
from lovers to friends to strangers. What? What? Ano, ikaw
Yeah,
nga
it's
sabi ni
true.
Katy Perry. Ano sabi ni
Yeah. Oh
Katy
my
Perry?
gosh, Katie.
Ano yung song ni Katy Perry?
You know about Katie in
Just because
Orlando,
of
right?
ano yung Katy
Don't
Perry?
destroy that song for me. Just because it's
I'm
over
losing
doesn't mean it's really
myself.
over.
Ah,
And
okay.
what?
Wait.
Just because it's over doesn't mean it's really over. And if
It
I
means
think it's
it's
over,
over.
maybe you'll be
You'll be
coming
coming
over
over
tonight.
again. Okay, wait lang. Wait, there's a line here. I remember when it came out. It hit me even if I
Thought we
was
kissed goodbye. Thought we said this time was the last. But I guess it's
no.
never really over. Thought we drew the line right from you and I.
We were such a
Can't
mess.
keep going back.
But
But I
wasn't
guess it's never really over.
we
That's
were
right,
such
baby.
a mess, but wasn't it the best?
Yes, I love that
No,
line.
yeah. Wait lang, wait lang.
Chaotic.
No. There's something like, oh, maybe it's a different song that I was thinking.
Yeah, girl. What are you? What are your
No, it's a Katy
what?
Perry song. Eh. Give me 1 second,
Yes.
everybody.
Just because it's over doesn't mean it's really over. But if maybe you'll be coming over
There, small
enough.
talk.
Oh, I don't know small talk.
Isn't it strange that you used to know me? All the highs and lows and in
Oh
between. Oh,
yeah.
okay, this here. We had conversations about forever. Now it's about the weather. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
And I just can't believe we went from strangers to lovers to strangers in a lifetime. And
Yes, I remember
that
that.
line really got me when I would play it on the radio. It gave me goosebumps just thinking about it right now because there really
Oh,
is
Katie.
something crazy about not knowing somebody and then giving your whole soul to that
Yeah.
person
And knowing them.
and knowing them through and through, knowing,
Yeah.
their dreams, their heartbreaks, their insecurities, their
Yeah.
family drama. And then, obviously, whether, you guys, I don't know, get physically intimate, it's just, and then you all of a sudden break up.
Yeah. And then you're strangers
And
again.
then it's like, oh, like that's weird. Like, I can't, do I say hi to this person? Like, even that, like, even the concept of saying hi to your ex, technically, you should because you
In
know
the
that
words
person.
in the words of Jack Antonoff, he calls them the perfect stranger.
Yun na nga.
Diba? I love Jack Antonoff.
Yeah, but anyway, this is, yeah. So, where were we? I don't even know.
Pictures.
Pictures, yun.
Yes.
So, it's strange. It's strange to all of a sudden just go from everything to nothing. And it's
Yeah.
hard. It really is tough. And
I think if the door is really closed, because there are breakups where baka magkabalikan
magkakabalikan
kayo,
pa.
but there are some breakups where this is it, girl. There's no more door, and there
Yeah.
shouldn't be one na.
Yeah, of
But
course.
and if you know that, if you know in your heart talaga that the door is not going to open anymore or the door doesn't exist, I would say delete it na. Don't prolong it.
It's time to let go.
It's time to let go because you're just making it harder for yourself.
Yeah.
You know
It's
what I
true.
mean?
It's true. And
Yeah.
some memories don't need to be cherished.
Yes.
It's all right.
That is
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
But I I'm gonna say, I had a couple of I had breakups where I I drank a lot after, or like, I mean, I just want to be honest, right?
Yeah.
Early in my early 20s, actually, I really fell in love with this guy, and I was just like so sad. I remember I was like drinking every night, okay? And an amaretto sour hated to see me coming, all right?
Wow.
Like, girl. And first of all, that drink is ridiculous. It's sugar. It's just sugar in a cocktail glass, okay? And it's
Is it
so
really?
good. It is so good, dude.
I thought there's egg whites in it.
It is. It's delicious. Amaretto sours are so good. I think I would have like six, okay? And
Girl,
girl, when I gained weight in that season, because like I was
it was
drinking every
alcohol,
iba yung pagka manas. Like
not
it wasn't,
alcohol.
yeah, it's not like weight gain from food. It's weight gain
It's
from
manas.
alcohol. It's manas.
Yeah.
So 10 out of 10, I do not advise this.
No,
Yeah.
don't go to alcohol.
Don't.
Sorry.
Don't.
I
Nika
just don't
Nika
agree with
doesn't
it.
drink. Nika doesn't. Actually, I don't drink anymore.
Yeah.
Like how I used to. I mean, I wouldn't even think that I drank a lot, but like I
Yeah.
would drink socially at work. Nika doesn't drink, period.
I'm gonna go out here and say like it literally doesn't do
It
anything for
doesn't do
you.
anything.
Like
But you know
you
what?
post breakup and then you're like, I'm gonna go out there and get drunk. Like no,
But
like
you know
no.
what?
Maybe
Sometimes,
one night.
yes, sometimes you do need a night out. You need
Yeah,
to
I
get dressed. You
understand.
need to dance with the girls. You need to dance
Yeah,
to
but
just
don't
because
get
it's
like
about to submit us really of a nip, but think it of a maybe. Yes, sometimes you
uh-huh.
have to
Yes, I
dance with the
understand.
girls
But
and
nga,
be
but
like
if
F
you're
yeah, and like
okay,
yeah.
Bea, please, please. I'm saying
What?
have that one night. Fine.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you're doing this
Yes,
repeatedly,
yes,
girl,
yes,
get
yes.
up.
Get up.
Stop
Enough.
it.
Enough is enough.
Enough, enough. Yeah, like, this is not good for you.
Yeah. Yeah. What is your say on begging for them to take you back? Let's be real. We've all done it.
Depends what you did. Depende kung anong ginawa mo. Diba?
No, I mean, like, let's say it's like no one's fault, right? Like, there's no
Okay.
cheating. There was no third party. It's just
Okay.
you
And then just
guys just
begging.
broke up. I
I, I
wish.
don't I don't shame anyone for begging.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
this is the place to beg. Parang ganon. I'm not like this is a situation where it's okay to beg. It's a relationship eh. Your emotions are in it. So if you're like, I want this person to be in my life and you want them to know,
And you
then
want them
it's
to give you a
okay.
second chance, and you're just like,
Yeah.
please.
For me, it's okay.
Oh, it's so
Like,
painful. Like,
it's
I
really
don't know how I
painful.
feel right
You
now.
know why? Kasi I'm in this like whole like mantra of like setting aside your pride. Because begging kasi is about your pride, right? When you like kwento to your friends, apparently, I begged him to stay. And then your friends will be like, oh my
I would
gosh, like,
never beg.
I would never
Yeah,
beg.
I'm gonna
But you
go
know
on
what?
record and say I've begged. And
I have,
I've begged and I've watched people beg. And it's just like a
yeah,
horrible place, both sides. Watching somebody and not wanting to be in a relationship anymore, and being the one begging, and
yeah,
for a fact that they're so far gone.
yeah. Or it's just like sometimes let's say you're in a relationship and you're begging for them to like change this certain thing, right? You're begging. And if it took that, then for me, it's not nakakahiya because you're like, there's like no other way not to like express that I'm like, please, like,
If you don't
can't you
change
just,
this, yeah.
yeah, like, can't you just do this?
Yeah,
So, I mean, if you're constantly begging, now
of
that's
course.
another issue. But
Yeah.
if you're begging for them to come back or to give it another chance or to revisit it, I I think it's
It's
valid.
okay. Yeah, I
It's
think it depends.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just really, really tough to It's
Yeah,
just
and
tough
if
to
they say
watch and it's
no,
tough to be. And then maybe that's your sign.
yeah. If they say
Actually,
no, wait
actually.
lang, before you
Oh.
go, if they say no, diba, like, no talaga, the store is closed,
Yeah.
don't feel bad that you begged. Because you can look back and say, I did everything and I have no regrets.
It's actually it's actually kind of like pivotal moments. Like it's after the
Yes.
begging. It's after the begging where you're just like, okay, what the f just happened?
Yeah.
Where was I?
What am I
How
willing to do?
did I get there? Why was I
Yes.
sobbing my eyes out? Why was I on my knees for this person? And it's either you hit like a realization,
Yes.
okay, no more. Enough is
Yeah.
enough. I need to walk
Yun nga.
away.
Because I've done
Or
everything na.
yes, so sometimes it's that breaking point that
That
helps
moment.
you move on. Not saying that we are
Exactly.
promoting the begging. We're
Please
just
don't.
speaking from
If
experience.
yeah.
No, no, no. We're just speaking from experience. If this is something that you've done before, like sometimes that's really what gets you to cross that bridge. For me, I remember a situation. I remember it was just such a desperate sob, and I was so vulnerable in the moment.
Yes.
And like the response that I got it didn't really piss me off, but it really woke me up. I was like,
Yes.
okay, let's go. Let's
This
get
is
out of
done na.
here. Let's get out of here, Rebecca. Like this is
Yeah.
not. There's no.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
I was there kasi before. You know what I mean? Where I mean it was so messy, but I was really like, okay, how much longer am I gonna do this? And that was like the turning point for me to be enough is enough.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Where it's like, okay, it's really time to pick myself back up
yeah,
without this person.
yeah. But the lengths that you go,
Yes.
to keep something going, I feel like no one is there's. I mean, unless obviously the person was cheating on you and you're just please stay, you know what I mean? But like,
Don't beg.
yeah, obviously don't beg. But
Let them go.
yeah, but I mean, when it comes to a relationship where you truly like shared so much and it's not working out for whatever reason,
Yeah.
for me, in my case, it was definitely very complicated and very, as I mentioned it, like in a previous podcast, there was grief that was there was jealousy, there was like a toxicity to it already, but there was love. So
Yes.
so you're kind of banking on the love. You're like, you know what? I'm just gonna forget everything that's so bad about it, but I'm just gonna
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna remember the good things, and this is what
You
I'm
tend to
gonna,
romanticize talaga the
the
end.
good stuff.
When it's the end, you tend to romanticize and you forget
You
about
forget
everything
how,
that's bad. Yeah.
yes. So in a breakups, during the breakup season, you must remember why. You need to be strong. And you
Yes.
know what? Do you know what super helped me? What truly helped me in one of like the more crucial breakups, like that weren't like high school, college.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
talking grown adult
Adult na.
breakup. I told dad. So I don't know how you were with your relationships, but I was
Yeah.
never super open about my issues with our parents. They would know who I was dating, they knew
Yeah.
who I was seeing, whatever, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't talk to mom or dad
Yeah.
just because I had a bad history with them in the past about relationships. So when I went through that breakup, which was basically a relationship that was toxic both ways,
Right.
and like this was with me begging and everything na, like for me to keep my word to myself, right, to not go back on my own word, to keep myself accountable, I told my parents, people that I've never told, people that I
It ano
felt
kasi
like,
signals finality.
yeah, and a weight, there's a weight
Yeah.
to what you're sharing na
It's
parang,
accountability kasi.
yes, kasi that feeling na parang you guys get back together and everyone's like, oh,
Oh, ano na?
akala ko ba break na kayo? Because that's a
Oo.
typical reaction that you get after a breakup. I told dad. I
Yeah.
remember like telling him, and I remember knowing that like, okay, once I let this out, I would not want to disappoint my dad and get back
Yes.
with somebody. And he knew why we broke up. He knew the reason. He knew the drama. I told
Yeah.
him why. And I guess that helps, like
Yeah.
making sure that you're accountable to somebody that whose opinion you hold so dearly.
That's true.
I want obviously dad to see me. I want dad to think highly of me. And
Yeah.
so that's when I knew. I was like, okay, like this is gonna help me. It's gonna be ugly. I don't know. It gave me the strength to kind of like panindigan ko through
Yeah.
that breakup to like, okay, not crawl back to
What was?
what was. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. Actually, I told dad as well when it was like mid, like in the highest part now of the chaos. And so like me talking to dad about it, because yeah, I don't really, it's not that we don't talk to them about it. It's just more of like we're not sharing details,
Of course.
right? And so
I
this
admire
was,
people that share details with their parents.
yes, yeah. And I think me telling dad at that point was like, okay, I need to hear it from a man's perspective
Yeah.
on
Oh, yeah.
what's gonna happen, what he probably thinks about the situation, the other person involved.
Yeah.
Because we have a perception of how things should go, but men think differently, right? So for him to tell me
What he
what
thought.
he thought, I was like, because he told me like he's not coming back.
Oof.
It's done na. And he was
Yeah.
like, and dad told me this. He said, I'm not talking to you as your dad. I'm
Yeah.
talking to you now as a pastor who's
Mm.
seen many relationships, who's seen this
And he
situation
knows like
before.
when it's gonna come back. Yeah. In fact, okay.
Yeah, he said I've seen this situation before, and more often than not, they don't come back after this. And I was just like,
Excuse me.
excuse.
Yeah.
And this was like over FaceTime because it was the pandemic, and I was in your house, and I was just crying.
Mm-hmm.
It gave so much like finality to like, okay, this is the end. This is the beginning of the end.
This is
Talaga.
the end.
Hold your breath and count to
Hold
10.
your breath and count to 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know we've also talked about, things that aren't helpful, but there are things that are helpful naman.
Okay, what was helpful? Sorry, it was a little intense, but what was
Yeah,
helpful?
grabe. You talked kasi about begging eh.
Yeah, but like it's such
But
an
it's true, it's
important
true, it's
topic. It
important because it's
happens.
normal.
It's normal.
It's normal. Let's normalize the begging in breakups or relationships.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's I don't know. It's a brave state. It feels iffy. Like it feels bold to say because nga when you make pag kinukwento mo na nagmakaawa ka. People are like have some pride, have some dignity. But when you
Dignity.
love someone and when you have shared so much together, it is
Yeah.
absolutely understandable to be to be so broken that
Yeah.
you're
I
not
mean,
thinking
you'd beg,
straight. You're
let's
not
say
thinking
like,
straight.
yeah. And also like, let's say it's a job that you love, right? I'm sure you'll beg for a job that you
No,
love to like, okay,
not
all
me,
right,
girl.
all right.
Yeah, that
Anyway,
iba ako. Yeah,
things that were
pag
helpful
pag-ibig
aside,
lang.
okay, Bea. Things that were helpful that aren't just like being with your friends. I think things that go back to things that you enjoy doing. That's something I did.
Mm-hmm.
I always know somebody's going through a breakup when they start trying some like new things.
Yeah, you're like, ooh,
Oh,
bagong single.
she's bouldering now. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
parang, oh, she's dancing again.
sure.
You just know, you know what I mean?
Like
I think it's
pipingin,
very, yeah, but I think it's very, very helpful.
therapeutic. No judging
Super.
here. You do you,
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
I drown myself in work. And I don't know if that works, but it I don't know, sumakses naman ako. Like, parang, kung hindi ka nagta-thrive sa love life, at least one aspect of your life, parang I kind of churn the energy of, like, sadness to hard work. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
for me kasi it helps me, it keeps me
It
distracted.
distracts
I love
you.
what I do. And
Yeah.
so in return, that was therapeutic for me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
I know that there is a population that can relate to that. What else?
Travel. If you have
If you
the
have the
means to,
funds, yeah, if you have the
yeah,
funds,
if you have the means to go for it,
do that
because
trip
it
with your
clears your
girls.
mind.
Do that trip with your girls that you've always wanted to do. And at
Yeah.
most, it always happens during breakups, to be honest. Natutuloy siya during breakups because
Yes.
obviously you had boyfriends prior and or like whatever, hindi natutuloy. But
Or there's an urgency to do
there's an
it because
urgency
may
to do
break
it,
up.
but you sometimes there's no more time to do it. Like,
Yeah.
life just gets busier. So go on that girls trip. Me and my girls all dream of going on a trip again. But like the last one we were in where we traveled together was 2018. Like, honestly, like how do we even do it? It's so
Yeah.
hard. Na kompleto ah.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, travel if you do have the means. Yeah, but for me talaga, it's really surrounding yourself with people that you are allowed to be like the ugliest version of yourself. And I'm not saying ugly na parang
Yes.
bastos kang tao, but like just sad. You're just sad and
Yeah.
heartbroken. And so you gotta be with those people, and you gotta go to church. You gotta go to
Yeah.
church. Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to ask the Lord, to like
Yes.
help you through the situation, maybe see it in a different perspective, see what he's doing. You know what I mean? Because more often than not, it ended for a reason, right?
Yes.
And sometimes we may not understand the like why it ended, but sometimes the Lord gives us the why he's doing it for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say and encourage somebody, I don't know, whoever needs to hear this. When I left a relationship that was not it clearly was not serving me and serving that person and holding me back. It was hard to leave. I was super heartbroken.
Yeah.
But when I finally did,
Yeah.
there were so many open doors that the Lord just like literally bust wide open
Yeah.
when I left. And I truly believe that sometimes you are the reason you are being held back from, certain things in your life.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can
You
hold
can be that
yourself
for
back. You
yourself.
can be
Yeah.
that for yourself. It can
Yeah.
be,
I
and
agree.
like if you are just with, no, you can be that for yourself by being with somebody you clearly know deep down you're not supposed to
Yeah.
be with. And I knew it. I knew it in my heart of hearts. I knew this wasn't gonna work out. But I was pushing, and I wanted to create. I wanted to control the narrative of my love life.
Yeah.
And wow, that's hard. It really is
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah. Like
And
controlling it talaga is
it's just
it's not the way.
it's not the way. And when I finally let go, God answered a lot of my prayers and dreams, and he made me realize that I was missing out on a lot of opportunities and a lot of things that he could have given to me earlier, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
again, I was in a situation that I wasn't allowing myself to do that.
Yeah.
So
I think
sometimes we hold ourselves back.
yeah. I think another thing that really helps is to move on without knowing why. Because
Mm.
you're not going to know why about everything. Like you're not gonna have the answers to it all. And you're
Like
just gonna
why
have
it
to
didn't
be,
work out.
why it didn't work out? Why didn't you let this happen, Lord? You know what I mean? And I think you're just gonna have to be okay with that because we're really not gonna know everything.
And
And yeah, go ahead.
as I said, you will love again.
It's hard. You know what? That's something that's not helpful to say in the moment, but
Yeah.
so necessary. So necessary to say because for a long time I really said that. I was just like, I don't know if I'll ever feel this way again.
You've literally told that to me to my face.
I really did. I really did.
Yes.
And I was like, I don't know if I'll ever feel this way again. I'm a girl because that doesn't get attracted easily. It takes a really long time for me to be attracted to a person.
Yeah.
I'm not my crush. I'm not like, and so when I say like it's gonna be so hard for me to like love again.
It's because it took you so long to like that
It
person. To admit to
Yes.
yourself na gusto mo yung
Yes.
taong yun.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah. And why am I saying this again?
That
But
you will
oh
love
yeah.
again.
But yeah, you will. You really will
It's
somehow.
hopeful though, because again,
Yeah.
as I said, for me, when I went through that breakup, you can't see past it.
Yeah.
And again, we talked about begging, we talked about the sobbing, you're crying, you're drunk, like everything. It's just like so ugly. And like you can't, no, seriously,
Yeah,
you're
just
trying
the
to imagine
picture. Yeah,
yourself happy again.
yeah, and it's
But
such a distant
malayo.
thought. Yeah,
Yes. But slowly inching inching by
inching your
inching,
way.
inching your way, inch by inch. It's a steady climb sometimes, and it
Yes.
sometimes it's, I guess that's good also, because that means you're truly healing from an
Yeah,
experience that I wish you didn't have to go through, but
yeah.
alas, umibig ka
Here
eh.
we are. The thing with rock bottom is there's
Is
really no way
there's
but
yes,
up. There's
correct.
nowhere but up.
Yes, yes, yes.
As the wise man Justin Bieber once said, we can go nowhere
But
but up
up from
from
here,
here.
my dear. And Justin Bieber is standing on,
Business.
he's standing on business. All
It's
right.
not clocking in.
It's not, he's just a dad, okay? At the
I love
beach.
him.
I know you do.
I
I'm
love
praying for him.
him.
I'm praying for Justin Bieber,
I
okay?
think the world is praying for
Yeah,
him.
I know. You can see in the comments, everyone's like, prayers up,
Prayers.
Justin. We love you. Kaya mo
Yeah.
yan. Pagpatuloy mo lang ang laban.
Yes.
But this was
Fighting.
supposed to be like a 20-minute like discussion because we wanted to discuss other things.
I
But
said, but I don't really have much to say.
yeah, I actually don't know what the thesis statement of this episode is. There have been people that have messaged us about like certain situations, like in
Yes.
their breakup. How did you know that you needed to leave, and how did you know, stuff like that. And
Yeah.
it's those are like super tough questions that,
Yeah. Like,
dare
I
I
don't
say,
want to answer.
I would never tell somebody that obviously I've never met that, like, okay, like
Yeah.
this, like you need to, because there's just too many there's too many factors, and there's a lot
Also,
of
you're
things.
only hearing one
One
side.
side, for sure, exactly. But what I will say from like our experience, you will always know deep down when you are in a relationship you shouldn't be in.
Yes,
There,
that's so true.
girl,
You know
you,
what?
yeah,
You
there
know
is a
deep down, or your
voice.
body
Your
knows
body knows it.
deep
Where,
down.
ano yung, alam mo yung conscience, girl.
True. It's true. Or
There is a
your
voice, the inner being in you,
yeah,
the voice in your head that
it's
sometimes you're
true.
like, oh, like whatever. It's just like, where is that thought coming from?
Don't
No,
ignore it.
don't ignore
Don't
it,
ignore it. Yeah.
because
And you know
sometimes
what?
mm,
Sorry, I'm saying like sometimes maybe you're not aware of your conscience telling you right, but sometimes your body knows. You know what I mean? Like you can tell by the way like
you
how
react
much you
physically.
react
Yes, to
physically. It's
certain
like
things. It's like
yeah,
hindi ka parang, oh, this is a sweet gesture, but why am I not
yes,
excited?
yeah.
Why hindi naman ako parang
Or why am I
kinikilig?
not all out?
Why am I
Why am
getting
I
the
not?
why am I
Yeah,
getting the ick? Like, and ick sounds superficial, but like I'm talking about it in that sense na that
yeah,
sometimes could be your inner being
yeah.
saying
Yes,
something's amok, and we've been
yes.
trying
That's
to
Bea's
tell you.
favorite
My favorite
word.
word is amok. Okay,
Something's amok,
something's
guys.
something's amok. Okay, because it's not quite okay. Okay, why do
Something's
I
amok.
amok meaning? Okay,
Stop. No,
seriously,
but no, but seriously, like I know so many relationships where I'm like, I look at it and I just see, you just kind of see
pilit.
how they are, and then you're just like, you know what? This
No,
isn't it.
yeah, no,
Your body just knows
no, no, no,
you're
no,
not willing
no,
to do
no.
something for a person, you're not willing to give
Yes,
this up, or you're not willing, you know what I mean?
yes,
It says a
yes,
lot.
yes,
It says a
yes.
lot.
Oh
Because
gosh,
if
I
you
could go
want
on and
to
on. Yeah.
because if you want to make a relationship work, there are compromises to be made
Yeah.
and to be found. Of course, there are some things that are non-negotiables that you should not compromise on. But it's obvious. Maybe not to yourself, but to
But
others.
anyway, that's what I
Yeah.
meant. Like
Oh, what is
sometimes,
amak bea? Sinerch mo,
oh yeah,
tapos
amok means to be out of control,
hmm,
often in a frenzied and uncontrolled manner.
a
Something's
frenzy.
amok. Something's amok, okay? Something is not right. So sometimes when you're dating a person pa lang, simula pa lang eh.
Oo.
Hindi na ako
And,
magsasalita. Sometimes simula pa lang, alam mo na eh.
alam mo na.
And
Wag mo
then,
nang pilitin,
huwag mo na
sis.
pilitin kasi pag nag-break kayo, ayaw mo naman marinig, o di ba anong sinabi ko?
O, diba?
Pinagsabihan
Diba,
na
sinabi
kita.
ko.
O ayaw mo yung, oo na nga, alam ko na nga. You don't want to
Yes.
hear that, but
Yes.
you in fact have been told.
True.
So listen to the voice within
Deep down, you know,
in your soul.
in your soul talaga.
All right.
Don't lie to yourself.
Thank you very much. And on that note, virtual sisters,
Yes. Virtual sisters.
maybe
Is
there
that,
is.
Is that what we are?
That's what we've been calling them, Nika,
Oh my gosh.
on our descriptions. No, virtual sisters. If there is something specific, I guess, a specific situation that you want us to analyze, because obviously we're talking in like general, if you're open enough to
Yes.
share with us,
Of course,
maybe
we'll
something.
keep you anonymous.
Hindi, share namin, pati yung username niya sa Instagram.
Pati
Char.
yung lalaki.
Ipapakita namin dito. Char.
Oo.
If you guys want,
Screenshots.
like, let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about
Yeah,
it.
let's talk
Let's
about
dissect.
it. Let's dissect.
I
love a good
dissecting.
dissect. I love a good call.
Yeah.
We're here. The
It's like-
girlies
it's
are
like
here
my
for
hobby.
you. Yeah. Okay. Like, get seated, get your tea,
Yes.
get your snacks, and
Yeah.
such is life.
How long has it been? Are we not gonna talk about our parents?
No more.
38th
No more.
anniversary?
Happy
Okay.
anniversary, mom and
Happy
dad.
anniversary to our
38
parents.
years.
Yes.
God is truly so, so good. That is
And
obvious.
faithful.
God is so faithful. And I guess if we're talking about we want to go into that, but we don't have time. But if we're talking about heartbreak and like breakups and like if you're feeling a little hopeless, look to relationships that do give you hope. And I
Yes.
think a relationship that truly has always given me hope, no matter the imperfections, obviously, are our
The
parents.
difficulty.
The difficulty that we, of course, cannot divulge. Oh my goodness. Yeah, look to relationships that give you hope. It doesn't have to be like your parents that have been married for like 35 years or whatever. There are relationships, that your friends have that are very inspiring and that
Yes,
you
and
see.
don't believe everything you see
Yeah,
on social media.
That's true. No, relationships you see with your own two eyes. If you're the third wheel of your best friend and her boyfriend and you're like, they're great and I know the ins and outs of this relationship,
Yeah.
that's something to be hopeful about. The love of your life
Yes.
will find you.
Yes.
Period.
She's very passionate about this.
No. Yes. You deserve good things. You deserve an easy love. You deserve a non-complicated situation. You deserve somebody who will fight for you. You deserve somebody who will put you first.
I have some thoughts to say about that.
What?
Because a lot of people say it's supposed to be easy and
It
it's supposed to
is.
be uncomplicated. But the thing is, not everything is easy. And relationships are, you know what I mean? Like, don't twist it to think, don't, you get what I'm
No.
saying?
I understand what you're saying.
Because
No,
some
no.
things are not easy.
No.
And some things are complicated.
No.
But if this person,
Wait.
you get what I'm saying though.
Wait.
Okay, I'm gonna
Okay.
stop. I'm gonna let you speak.
Okay.
Let her speak.
Relationships are hard work.
Yes.
But it should be an easy decision to want to work on it.
Yes. Okay, there.
There.
That's
That's
the
what I meant by
clarification
it.
I
Okay.
wanted.
Like Nico and I, like it's
No,
not like
the
having a
reason
child, like being married, like it's hard. But is it an easy decision every single day to choose each other? Yes. Is it an easy decision to look away, to not be tempted, to not care about like other people in the world? Yes, absolutely. You know what I mean? That's what I
Yeah.
mean by easy. It's
No.
supposed to
The
Go.
reason why I bring it up is because, people think that like the right relationship, it's just supposed to fit. It's just supposed to fit and it's just supposed to like like come into your life and everything makes sense.
It's true
Not
though.
every Okay. I
That's how I feel.
understand.
I
Yes, I
understand.
understand, but some things need to be sorted. You know what I mean? Some things there are difficult decisions to be made. But again, what she is saying is it should be so simple. Like, yes, I'm choosing this person.
Yes.
It should be a resounding yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So ayun,
Thank
ayun lang
you.
naman. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Farewell. No. Thank you so much for listening. We hope that if you are going through something that's pretty difficult,
Send this
that
to
you
your
have,
friend.
send this to a friend that's going through something difficult. But if you are the one listening and that you've been going through it, we are sending you love. We're praying for you. We're sending you
Yes.
virtual hugs, and it's gonna be okay. It will be okay.
Yeah. And my last thought is if you're going through a
Last tayo
breakup,
lang, last lang, last lang,
hindi
last.
na to.
Ito
Ito
na,
na talaga yung
last na
last.
talaga, last na talaga.
Last. Pray. Girl, pray. Just keep praying. Tell God everything. Everything that's going on in your mind. Even if it's, Lord, I want him back. And then the next day, it's like, Lord, ayoko na. Okay lang. But just pray. Because he can handle whatever you have to say. And he'll sort through it for you. And he'll meet you there. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're gonna go
Okay.
now. All
Okay,
right.
that's it. Good one, Nix. Like
Bye.
that one.
This was my topic.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. And I totally like went for it. You know what I mean?
Are you asking for validation?
Yes.
Okay, because Nika's never suggested topics.
Hoy, no, I've
Joke lang.
suggested.
No, why are you asking for validation?
I just need to hear it today.
No, it was a great topic.
Thank you.
Okay. If you guys think that it was a great topic, sabihin nyo, good job, Nika.